What up, what up, what up? It's Weeknights. And I'm your girl Dash, aka Dashing D.
Oh, listen, I didn't know how many of them you were giving us. You keep changing it lately, so I
No,
didn't know how many AKAs we were getting.
no, but I
Um,
introduced you, so I had to stop speaking.
oh, all right. Thank you for stopping yourself. I'm JD, aka He Who Pods, glasses on, so rear view mirror as well.
And yeah, this is Weeknights, and we give you the latest, the greatest, and the shameless of the entertainment industry. And the latest apparently is that Kai Cenat might be doing a little collab with McDonald's.
Yeah.
Now, I thought
Well,
this.
let's tell them what happened.
Well, he posted a picture of a bag, seemingly a bag of food from McDonald's. It was a McDonald's bag, and it has the receipt on it. But but it's very cryptic. Um,
Or not.
or not. It doesn't tell you exactly what was ordered, but it
Yes, it does.
does it.
It says one, not a Big Mac, one medium fries, one medium Sprite.
Oh, okay. Well, then excuse me for that one. But it also like references chat and all of that. And so that has made people believe that, McDonald's might be, cooking something up with Kai Cenat. Cenat. Cenat.
Cenat.
Cenat. So,
I
I
only
thought this
know.
was
I only know
particularly.
because my daughter corrected me.
Oh, okay.
You said you're old. You're saying it wrong.
Yeah.
I said okay. I'm old.
Well, I mean, yeah, I get the old thing, but I also feel like we just see so many names all the time. Like sometimes you just simply don't know if you're not tapped in, which I don't know. I don't think he comes on and says his full name often. So, sometimes
I
you really
wouldn't.
just don't know.
Wouldn't know.
Um
So
most
the
people.
order number is 1010, and then it says special item coming to a chat near you.
Yeah.
And so people believe. And then the bottom says, thanks for your order. W's in the chat, which I guess is a Kai thing.
Probably.
Um, but yes, I don't know what is not a Big Mac, but I guess that's part of what will be revealed. But it looks like Kai has a McDonald's collab coming on the 10th of October, which today, when we're recording this, is exactly 1 week away.
Yeah. So curious to see um what's going on over there. I was particularly interested in this because I feel like the McDonald's collaborations have slowed down, haven't they? There was a year, but I don't think it was last year, but maybe the year before, where there were all of these big collabs with McDonald's, Cardi B and Offset. That didn't age well. Um, a bunch of other people had their collabs with McDonald's.
There was a Saweetie collab and Travis Scott.
Who was
Excuse
that?
me. And Travis Scott.
And Travis Scott. Right. So this kind of slowed down. Maybe their direction changed a little bit, but clearly,
I think it's
they're-
only because we were celebrating Grimace's birthday for so long.
oh, that's true. You are right. It was Grimace's birthday. How could I forget?
How do I even know that is the question.
Well, they made sure we all knew that it was Grimace's birthday. How
That's
could
the
you?
purple guy, right?
Yeah. How could you not know? How could you not know? You know, one thing McDonald's is gonna do is let you know what they want you to know.
They are amazing at marketing.
They are really good. So I just thought this was interesting. I know it's not, you know, a TV show or a movie or a new song, but I thought it was interesting because, you know, they've been working their way through people, and I do find it interesting also that he is an influencer, um, and that's who they chose because typically it seemed like they were going the route of like. Uh, Hip hop artists.
Yeah.
So maybe now they're branching out. And obviously, they don't only do collabs with hip hop artists. They've done the dude, I always forget his name, but the dad from Succession is the voice that you hear um, in McDonald's commercials. So, you know, they do a lot with celebrities. But I just thought this was interesting. So, you know, JD let me pick the topics tonight. So if y'all don't like them, if y'all don't like them,
So there goes the weird one. Yeah, I don't think he's viewed as an influencer. I think that he's viewed as the king of streaming, which is a whole other thing.
okay.
Um, and also not the entertainment industry in the sense that we look at it from, but in the sense that a much younger person looks at it from. He is the entertainment industry to them. To many of them, Kai has done a lot of things with big acts, including Kevin Hart, in
Mhm.
recent months, and he is a force to be reckoned with. And so I don't think he's considered an influencer. And maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, y'all could put it in the comments. But
I,
my understanding is that he is the streamer and has done a lot of things to change the game of streaming. And I think this shows, which I think to me, this is the cool part. I think this shows that today streaming is a force to be reckoned with.
uh,
And today um, streaming can put you in a different stratosphere than all of the people who do content, if you are truly dedicated, because the things that Kai has done and the thing that Kai has been able to accomplish, they're kind of like a Mr. Beast level type stuff.
mhm.
And maybe some people will say I'm ODing, but I mean, there have been many stories of influencers with huge followings doing things and nothing happening when they do them.
Mhm.
Like this person has 10 million followers and they're gonna do an event and no one shows up to the event.
Mhm.
Kai is constantly being discussed with the things that he does, the numbers that he has, and people showing up in ridiculous numbers in places. I mean, the Union Square thing was not even that long ago. I know that's a very New York thing, but
Yeah,
we're
but
from New York, so
people
so
knew
fuck
about.
it.
Oh, okay. All right.
My neighbor is probably like, well, why is he always screaming up there?
Probably.
Always the most obscene things.
Yeah. Well, you know, if I misspoke, apologies to him. I don't know. I guess I am old because if you came up on the internet. But anyway, we can move
Do you
on.
consider Soldier Boy an influencer?
I think there are people who are both. Like they're one thing and they're the other. Soldier Boy is absolutely
Okay,
an influencer
okay,
in the simplest of ways of describing an influencer. Absolutely, Soldier Boy is
okay.
probably one of the first ones. Um,
All
but
right.
he's also other things. So I just want to be clear. I am not trying to diminish um, what he does or how he identifies himself. I don't know how he identifies himself. So he's not the only one who's got something coming out. Nas.
Right. Oh, go
Nas.
ahead. I was going to read it, but go ahead. Tell him.
Well, Nas.
Soldier Boy, tell him.
No, you go. You go ahead because you have it pulled up.
So Nas is going to be bringing the hip hop classic Beat Street to Broadway in some kind of musical adaptation. So it says here,
Mm-hmm.
this would be Nas marking his first venture into theater. It says Nas joined the creative and producing team for this musical adaptation. He will be working closely with a team of experienced producers to adapt the film for the stage. Arthur Baker, who co produced and composed music for the original film, is on board alongside Michael Holman, an associate producer of the original, and Richard Fern. Nas will help expand the original soundtrack with new material, aiming to capture the film's authentic hip hop essence while introducing it to a new audience. Um, and that's the second film adaptation thing Nas is doing as of late. We didn't speak about it. I was waiting till it came out, but Nas is also helping with an album adaptation, a hip hop album adaptation of the movie Warriors.
Okay.
So Nas seems to be getting into a very different bag as of late, where he is doing a lot of things with film and
Mm-hmm.
converting it in other means, other forms of media. Um, and I think this is cool because it is giving the new or the younger audience um, access and another vantage point of something really old, something that is, yeah, sure, a cult classic, but also just something that some shit from the 80s, right? Like, I mean, what's wrong? Why you made the face? Both things are from the 80s, no?
I was gonna, I was gonna quote a song, and then I realized I don't think we're allowed to quote that anymore. So it's fine. Please move on.
Oh. Yeah, I think it's really cool that Nas is doing that. Being able to take something old and make it new, I think is always cool. Well, not always cool. I think sometimes that's cool because yesterday I said they should leave Rugrats alone, so
You did.
I'm not gonna contradict myself. I think when you can
Mm-hmm.
shine new light on something in a positive way, it's good.
Yeah.
And I think giving it another form of media, another way for people to consume it, is a cool way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because you're able to put your own spin on it. Um, so I think this is really cool. Beach Street is a classic. Hip hop heads know it. And I think it's another cool way to kind of follow in Alicia Keys' footsteps and bring something from our culture into Broadway.
Yeah. I think that's cool. Yeah, I did think of Alicia Keys when I saw this, um,
Hmm.
because I know what she's doing out there right now, and I agree with you. I think it's a good look for the culture to get some more presence on Broadway. I think that's pretty cool. And yeah, Nas seems to really be leaning into his interests in film and production. I remember us talking about not what you were just talking about, but I remember us talking about how he's going to be collaborating with, I think it's an athlete, if I remember correctly, on doing his story also. So I think that's pretty cool that he's getting into that. I guess I never really realized that that was something that he was interested in. Um, he's come a long way from Belly. So,
Yeah.
it's not the thing that I when I think of him, I don't think of film. But I think it's pretty cool that he's dibbling and dabbling into film now. And you know, he must have some he must have good vision, or he must be impressive when it comes to film. And the reason I say that is because people seem to trust him enough to get involved with him with these projects. So I'm really curious to see what comes out of it. um, because you have to get people on your side in order
Right.
to get these things greenlit. And in order to be involved with these things, they don't just, you don't just say you want to do a project like this and it comes off the ground.
Right.
There's a lot of work involved and a lot of time involved in getting something greenlit. So I think it's pretty cool, and I'm excited for him.
Yeah, me too. He's done a lot of things as far as like co-producing in film. I remember years ago he helped with like a Mike Tyson doc. He
Mm-hmm.
co-produced, and then there was another sports doc he was involved in years and years and years ago, way before we were potting.
Well, then
Um,
I stand corrected because I didn't know about those things.
oh, that's okay. I only know because I saw the things, and that's what I was about to say. But those things were not largely promoted. His involvement in those projects were not largely promoted.
Mm-hmm.
Where these things, it is being largely promoted, and he seems to be a lot more involved. And I think that's cool too. Like I know with the Warriors project, he is working directly with the person who created Warriors.
Okay.
And so, as you can see in this other venture with Broadway and
Mm-hmm.
Beach Street, he's doing the same thing. He's involved with the original creators of said project.
Yeah.
Um, and so that's really good. My device is about to die. 1 second. Yeah, so I think it's interesting that he's able to link with the original creators of these things and create some kind of mutual understanding, mutual footing where they're able to see the same things and want the same things and create this new rendition of the original content.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool.
Agreed.
Well,
Let's dance into something else.
it can't
I was about to say,
hurt.
let me see how you do this on the couch. Go ahead.
I know. I used to want to be a ballerina.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I did dance when I was a kid. I used to want to be a ballerina. But then, like, something, I don't know. I felt like, something a little bit more up tempo would be better. But
Because
then,
you saw Beat Street.
no. But then, but then I realized how many years it would take me to get to the more up tempo dance. So I was like, I don't want to do this. But, you know, this next John Wick film, there is someone who stuck it out. at least, at least from what we can see. Ballerina.
Yep.
What did you?
So the trailer dropped recently for the next installment of the John Wick universe,
Mm-hmm.
which is called Ballerina.
Mm-hmm.
So we saw the trailer um, and decided let's talk about it.
It
I'm
looked
just pulling up the IMDb
okay.
real quick.
It looked interesting. I would watch it.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there's going to be lots of twists and turns,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought that was interesting. I don't have a whole lot to offer to this conversation. I don't know a whole lot about John Wick. I saw the series when the series came out, but I haven't seen all the movies. So
What series? Oh, the Continental.
yeah,
Yes, we spoke about that briefly. Mm.
yeah. So I don't. I mean, you can feel free to talk about it, but I don't have a whole lot to say because I thought it looked interesting, but I don't know. I don't know John Wick.
Welcome back to everywhere. If it ain't about the money, Puff, I just don't care.
Right.
Your earring was like, I'm gonna dance down to the floor.
Right down to the floor.
Get it on the floor. Get it on the floor. What?
Look at
Uh,
you taking my job.
well, you picked the topic, so I gotta do something else. No,
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
that's true. That's true. Pull your
Well, let me
weight.
ask you. You said that you thought the trailer was interesting. What did it look like? Something you think you would enjoy? Did you like
Yeah,
it? Like,
I would
you
totally
tell me.
watch. I would totally watch it. I mean, a ballerina and twists and turns and and guns. I mean, it looked interesting to me, and yeah, I would totally check it out. I mean, I don't know if people when I say that, I don't know how credible I am simply because I'm usually open to watching most things, to at least seeing it and seeing what happens and deciding then whether I like it or not. I'm a little bit more open than you are cuz you would be like, I don't want to see that. I hated that trailer. Meanwhile, I for the most part I feel like the trailer looked stupid, but I'm willing to watch to see if it really is stupid.
Which is funny because I go to the movies religiously and you don't go as often as I
I
go.
don't go
So the
exactly.
fact that I'm more strict about things and you're more open to things, but it our movie tickets app would appear to show the opposite.
Time is usually not on my side when it comes to going to the movies. I would probably go to the movies a lot more if I had more time during the week. It's just that, and then by the time the weekend comes and I have all these other things to do, I never make it to the movies. But I would go. I would, if I had way more time, I'd probably see them all.
Got
Or
it.
most of them anyway, just because I love going to the movies. I love the experience of going to the movies, but also like that's how you find interesting stuff sometimes. Like, no, I haven't seen every single John Wick movie, but I'd totally watch one, and then maybe I'd go home and watch the rest. I don't know, like you know what I mean. So
Well, that's what I
I had to
thought
go
when I saw
into
the
it.
trailer. I said, "Ooh, this might be the movie that will get Dash
Yeah.
really into John Wick," because I feel like this is a side story
Mm-hmm.
where we're learning all about this new character or group of
Yeah.
characters, and it doesn't look like you really need to know much about John Wick to watch this, and so maybe you'll enjoy this. And that's why I said, watch this trailer right here.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm definitely curious about it. Again, like I said, listen, if you could give me a couple twists and turns and make me think, oh my gosh, what's gonna happen to her? What's gonna happen to him? Or who is he shooting at? Then,
Or that there was shooting.
oh, yes, yes. And I'm not a
And,
big,
and flamethrowers for some reason.
right, and I'm not big with the weapons in the movies and whatever, but when you package it all together the way they did, I was like, I could, I could do this. And I mean, who doesn't watch? I watch crime dramas all the time. There's lots of guns. So it's not like
This is true.
this is, I mean, just can't get enough of them, really. So,
Can't get enough. Can't get enough. I need that.
oh, you're really doing it. All right. Well, what did you think? Give us
I
your
am
thoughts.
usually not excited about the John Wick stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I have seen all the John Wick stuff, but
Bizarre to me.
I say all the time, my best friend, shout out to Tez,
Mhm.
he loves John Wick, and so and Ness does too. We watch it together, but it's Tez's thing,
Right.
it's one of the few franchises that Tez sees and is like, hey, we gotta watch this, and we gotta watch it opening weekend, and I'm like, all right, I guess, but that's my number one guy, so I gotta go see it.
You gotta go
This is
see
the
it.
things that we do, and so have been taken to the theater and I have been dragged to the theater and I've sat through all the John Wicks. I think to me what's really exciting is this side story because it really is not John Wick, but it is John Wick and perhaps developing a new group of characters. And so we knew about this movie for a while, those who followed the John Wick universe, I'm going to say, because there are other things like the Continental show. We spoke about the High Table show that's coming. They are building out their universe. There's also a movie called Nobody. Nobody was really good. You should watch it. Um, which they don't claim Nobody, but it has some of the same characters. It's the
Mm-hmm.
same universe. And so um, I think this is an interesting way to build out the universe. I think this is a smart way to uh, do adjacent stories as
Mm-hmm.
they allegedly begin to pull away from the main John Wick character
Mm-hmm.
um, in their universe and start to focus on some of the other stories surrounding this main story. And so I think that's really interesting. I think it's really smart, and the trailer looks good. I'll be honest. I'm way more excited about this than I was about like John Wick 4. And so or 3, whatever. I can't keep up, but whatever. I'm excited about this because it looks interesting. It's a new story,
Mm-hmm.
and it does not appear to be the same copy and paste story of the John Wick movies. Now, what I'm hoping, and I
Mm-hmm.
guess we'll see, is that this is an actual story and not just a long chase movie, because the John Wick movies are very often go get him and John Wick running from everyone and destroying everyone, or I'm gonna get y'all, and John Wick just getting everybody. This seems to be a little bit different, and I'm hoping that this is they are investing in story, because that is my beef with the John Wick movies, that there really is not a story. It's just action for 2 to 3 hours. And so it looks like perhaps there is a story here. Perhaps they are trying to make just a good film and not just an action film. Because I believe the best movies are layered and not just the one thing.
Yeah.
Um, so we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just a great trailer, and maybe it will just be all action and no story, and I'll be disappointed. However, I will watch this and I will report back.
Right. When is it coming out in 2025?
Yeah, I could probably find the exact date because I already pulled up the IMDb. Also, I wanted to say, uh, it's interesting that not only is Norman Reedus in this film, which is super famous for The Walking Dead and his character there, but also it, we see in the trailer that Lance Reddick is in this,
And
and I
it,
thought that was really interesting because I did not know Lance Reddick had
more films.
had movies left in the tuck.
Yeah.
Um,
I that was the thing that I've been sitting here trying to remember. Um, yeah, I thought it was nice to see him. And I thought it was cool that, I thought that there was another film he had done that came out already. I thought that was the last one.
right.
You know, um, nice to see him on screen again. So,
Agreed. According to IMDb, the release date is June 6, 2025.
oh, who's taking
But
me for my
maybe
birthday?
maybe it will
Call
maybe
me.
that will change. I don't remember there being a release date in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but IMDb is kind of the place to go for these things, and that's why I
Well,
went there.
it's in 2025. It's totally fine. We'll know before it comes out. Um, but yeah, so we'll let y'all know once that happens.
Oh yeah.
Long, long,
The
long,
trailer
long,
also says June
long
6th.
time.
I just pulled it back up.
Okay, so cool. So like I
Which
said,
means there will be
y'all want
probably
to take
4
me
more
for my
trailers.
birthday? Call me. Um, and on that note, this has been Weeknights, and thank you for watching. Bye.